The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball is brought to you by Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Culver's of Lincoln, Grau Incorporated, Chestnut Health Systems, Brian Clark State Farm Insurance, Independent Health Insurance Agent Dara Entwistle, Heartland Bank and Trust Company, Heartland Community College, Lincoln, Emo's Cafe, Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, Joe Ryan Country Financial, Schneider Masonry, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, and United Community Bank. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Back here from Coach Neil Alexander Court, getting set for the Crimsons and the Railers here on a Tuesday night in Central State 8 play. You're in the Grau Incorporated pregame show. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby and Lloyd Kirby here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Again, Jacksonville comes into tonight's contest with a record of 8-13 on the season, 2-4 in Central State 8 play. The Railers on a two-game win streak have improved their record to 12-8 and 3-4 in conference action. And Scott back here at home, which is always nice. The Railers on a two-game winning streak after falling three in a row. And look through the schedule. The Railers back in action on Friday as we travel down to Mattoon on Friday night, and then back home here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium to take on the Tornadoes from Taylorville High School. So a schedule the Railers obviously can fall, but a very good chance for the Railers to rattle off a few wins here this week.
Yeah, you're right, Josh. And coming off a huge win Saturday night against Rock Island, two wins in a row, and now we're gonna. Obviously we got tonight Jacksonville, and it doesn't count towards the Central State 8 because we've played them once already, which is very unfortunate. You always like to get that revenge game, but and then we're gonna next two games we're gonna play some Apollo Conference teams that we've seen in the past. So three very winnable games right here for the Railers, and we're back to full strength. And I guess we're not. We got no Tungate. Tungate's out tonight, so that's going to be a big loss for the Railers.
Yeah, late in that game in Rock Island, he took a knee to his, I think Carson was telling me basically his thigh, and didn't come back in. I actually did come back in that game, but it's really swollen and sore, a deep thigh bruise for Tungate, so he's going to sit out at least this game because he's hobbling pretty good out there. Just watching him walk around But you're right. We lose one, but we gain a little more service of Hayes and Sanders back somewhat full strength. Comnick getting really close, I think, as well. Yeah. So right at the time that we need them, this team forming back into shape as far as the health concerned.
Yeah, and you're right. And you probably see a little bit of Short tonight, too, coming off the bench with Tungate being out. Probably have to work him in a little bit. But, yeah, our defense is going to – well, I mean, we still got Smith and Miller top of that defense, but Tungate, his quick hands and just his athleticism causes a lot of turnovers on the point of that D. So it'll be missed tonight, but, you know, we've been playing through adversity all season long with, you know, guys being hurt, and the guys will step up tonight and hopefully get a win here against Jacksonville.
Well, Brody knocked down that huge three against Rock Island to win it for the Railers, and he's been one of our most consistent scorers. So the Railers are going to have to find, you know, lately Brody's been putting in around 10 points per game. So the Railers will have to find that here tonight. Back on December 13th, the Railers fell at the Bowl 55-46 over this Jacksonville team. So as Scott said, on the minds of the Railers is a little revenge coming here tonight. 12:30 left here in the warm-ups. We'll send it back to the studios for another break. More of the Growl Incorporated pregame show in just a couple minutes. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
This is Corporal Brian Clements with the Lincoln Police Department. This week, Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers is seeking information in reference to a shooting that occurred on December 30th, 2024 at approximately 7 to 8 p.m. in the area of the North Jefferson Street near the Logan County Fairgrounds. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries from a small caliber gunshot. At this time, no description of a suspect was given. If you have any information on this crime, please contact the Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers anonymously at 217-732-3000 or the Lincoln Police Department at 217-732-2151. Tips leading to an arrest could receive a cash reward of up to $1,000. Crime Stoppers only wants your information, not your name.
The Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week is brought to you by Me Realty, supporting a thriving community safe for families through support of the Crime Stoppers program. Me Realty, 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
One of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at Post nightclub in Orlando.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved. If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Welcome back, Railer Nation, here to Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium at Coach Neil Alexander Court. Getting set for Central State 8 action here this Tuesday night between the Railers and the Crimsons from Jacksonville. Again, back on December 13th, these two teams took the court over in Jacksonville at the Bowl. The Railers fell 55-46. You're in the Growl Incorporated pregame show. And Scott, if you remember right, it was, you may not remember because I don't think you were there that night.
I wasn't there.
I'll refresh your memory from, I'm sure you were tuned in listening. It was the Burries show. Mari Burries, their leading scorer, comes into tonight's action about 20 points per game. One of the leading scorers in the Central State 8. And he had 17 in that first half for Jacksonville, which really carried the Crimsons, and obviously a name that will be brought up a lot tonight for Jacksonville to go along with the big boy Ryan McCombs. He is a Western Illinois football recruit, 6'5", goes about 240 pounds. He's really the two guys that make Jacksonville go, so I'm sure that Coach Alexander refreshed the Railers on who to stop here tonight, and it'll have to be those two guys.
Yeah, you're right. And unfortunately, the first matchup between us didn't go our way, and said we didn't have Comnick back then, and Hayes was there, but a little different team out here tonight, so hopefully the Railers can start off strong like we did against Rock Island.
Comnick comes into tonight's game with leading scorer for the Railers at just under 13 points per game. And and we'll need all of those as the Railers putting up 40 points per game on the season. Right now, Jacksonville comes in the contest averaging 50 themselves. Again, the Railers sophomores victorious here earlier tonight, 38-32. Railers back in action on Friday as the Railers travel to Mattoon. As Scott said earlier, the next two games will be the old Apollo Conference opponents. Mattoon will be Friday night. That will be a 7 o'clock start for the varsity, 5:30 for the JV, and then Taylorville comes here on Saturday, and again, that'll be a 5:30 JV start and a 7 o'clock varsity start for the Railers. Now, just looking back here through the schedule now, then Railers are on the road the following week as we have Decatur Eisenhower at Springfield Lanphier, at Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin the following week, at Decatur MacArthur. Then Fairbury Prairie Central comes to Lincoln, and to round out the regular season on February the 21st, the Railers will travel over to Champaign Central. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show. After word from our sponsors, Scott and I will be back here in Lincoln to bring you the play-by-play action as the Railers take on the Crimsons. As always, a big thank you goes out to all of our sponsors. This has been the Josh Komnick Growl Incorporated pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball is brought to you by Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Culvers of Lincoln, Growl Incorporated, Chestnut Health Systems, Brian Clark State Farm Insurance, Independent Health Insurance Agent Dara Entwistle, Heartland Bank and Trust Company, Heartland Community College, Lincoln, Emo's Cafe, Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, Joe Ryan Country Financial, Schneider Masonry, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, and United Community Bank. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
WLCN's Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211. Heartland Bank and Trust Company, with branches on North Sangamon Street and Woodlawn Road. Unlock the power of more with More For You checking from Heartland Bank and save money on the things you're already paying for. Open your account today in branch or online at hbtbank.com. Member FDIC.
Lincoln Railer basketball is on the air. Good evening, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Railer basketball. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCN Sports are pleased to bring you tonight's matchup from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium on the campus of Lincoln Community High School for tonight's matchup between the Lincoln Railers and the Crimson from Jacksonville High School. Good evening, everyone. This is Scott Kirby alongside Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby on the camera, Paula Kodat back at the studio, and we are all set to bring you tonight's action. We'd like to wish a good evening to all of our listeners and viewers that are tuning in to WLCN 96.3 FM, listening on the go on the Mixlr app, or watching our live stream video on YouTube. We hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast. The Railers come in tonight's game with an overall record of 12-8, 3-4 in the Central State 8, and the Crimson of Jacksonville have a record of 8-13, 2-4 in the Central State 8. It's time to check tonight's list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell. And if you're looking to buy, check the listings at MeRealty.com. Josh, 3 keys to tonight's game.
Well, the first one is to stop their leading scorer, one of the best scorers in the conference, Amari Burries, at almost 20 points per game, 19-7, I believe he's at. He's the engine that makes the Crimsons go. And then if he misses it, it's a big guy, McCombs. And McCombs will step out on the perimeter, too. He's a big guy, strong guy underneath. The Railers will have to rebound, and then we got to make shots. No Tungate, so a little bit different lineup, which throws a little bit of a wrinkle into coach's just preparation and things that he's always a structured guy that likes to run a lot of the same stuff. And without Tungate, he's had to maneuver a few guys around. And it'd be nice to get off to a good start, get this crowd going into it, get some confidence for the Railers. I think the confidence has grown, as we just talked about with the big win against Rock Island. Let's keep this thing going, because I was just counting. We've got about 11 games left, Scott. And one thing for coach is always let's.
That's tonight's list of the game, brought to you by Me Realty. When you're ready to list your home, contact the professionals at Me Realty. Crimson back on the court to warm up. The Railers in their locker room. About 45 seconds left to go here in the pregame. We'll take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have the starting lineups and opening tip here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. WLCN's Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, your Lincoln Edward Jones financial advisor. Located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office. Member SIPC.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back here, Railer Nation, from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, getting set for the starting lineups here in Central State 8 play between the Jacksonville Crimsons and your Lincoln Railers.
One of the primary purposes of the high school interscholastic athletic program. We also remind you that the use of alcohol and tobacco products is
Again, the Railers in action on Friday as the Lincoln travels to Mattoon to take on the Green Wave. That's a 7 o'clock varsity start on Friday. And Railers back here on Saturday as the Tornadoes from Taylorville come to Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Again, a 7 o'clock start for Saturday's action.
Tonight, Central State Conference Game features our guests from Jacksonville, Illinois, the Crimsons of Jacksonville High School. And our Rail Splitters of Lincoln Community High School. And now let's move tonight's starting lineups.
Now the starting lineups, first for the visitors from Jacksonville, with a record of 8-13 and 2-4 in Central State 8 play. First man out, 5'8", and a junior, number 1, Latrell Hemphill. 6'1", and a senior, number 2, Amari Burries. 6'1", and a freshman, number 11, Jeremiah Jackson.
Number 14, 6'5".
6'5", and a junior, 14, Troy DeFreitas. And number 55, 6'5", and a senior, Ryan McCombs. Jacksonville is coached by Michael Cameron. Now getting ready for the starting lineups for your Lincoln Railers. The team hype video going on. Right now the Railers on a 2-game winning streak, have improved their record to 12-8 on the season. They come into Central State play tonight with a record of 3-4 in conference play. Railers sophomores victorious here earlier tonight by a score of 38-32. As we said earlier, these two teams matched up on December 13th over at the Bowl in Jacksonville, and Jacksonville was victorious over Lincoln 55-46. A little bit different starting lineup for head coach Neil Alexander here tonight, as Brody Tungate is in street clothes as he took I believe a knee to the thigh in that game against Rock Island, but he was able to come back and hit that big 3 to beat Rock Island. So we'll give Brody the night off here and hope that his Railers can help pick him up.
And now introducing tonight's starting lineup, your Lincoln Rail Splitters. Lincoln comes into tonight's game with a record of 12-8, and they start number 1.
First man out for the Railers, 6'3", and a senior, number 1, Horn. Blake Horn.
Number 30, 6'5", and a senior, Drew.
6'5", and a senior, number 30, Hayes. Drew Hayes. 6'2", and a senior, number 3, Smith. Gabe Smith. 5'10", and a senior, number 12, Miller. Brady Miller. And 6'3", and a junior, number 5, Komnick. Carson Komnick. Of course, your Railers coached by Neil Alexander, assisted by Eric Ewald, Greg Alexander, Brandon Burfarmer, Josh J. McMcClellan, Zach Dom, and Gary Rademacher.
And we are all set for tonight's matchup between the Lincoln Railers and the Jacksonville Crimson. The Crimson in their traveling reds, white numbers, while the Railers in their home whites, red numbers trimmed in green.
Officials for tonight, Tim Brock, Dan Sheever, and Michael
as we get set for the opening tip. Tonight's opening tip sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals, located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. And here we go, set to tip. Number 14, DeFreitas from Jacksonville, and Blake Horn for your Railers. Ball is up, tipped, and controlled by the Crimson.
Got it right to Berries, and Berries will go to the middle, and that's where he roamed a lot too in that game on December 13th. He'll move all the way around.
3 from Hempville, up, no good. Rebound Miller for the Railers. Miller pushes right, kicks it up to Smith. Smith up off the backboard, blocked there by Bird. Smith right wing, now up top to Miller. Swing it left to Horn, now Komnick in the corner. Now they'll work it back this way. Miller's going to get to the free throw line, kick it out to Horn, now bounce pass to Hayes. Railers working around, pull-up jumper, Komnick on the way, up and good for Komnick.
Yeah, and he's like that. Ever since Hayes has come back, you've seen a little bit of that with Komnick with a ball screen by Hayes. Komnick coming off from about 17 feet there and knocking a nice pull-up jump shot. So good offense there by the Railers in this first possession.
Combs trying to back his way down on Horn, now kick it out to Burries. Now in the corner to Hempville. Tracked down by Crimson. McCombs in the corner, guarded by Horn. Now up top to Burries. Burries deep 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound Hayes for the Railers.
Yeah, good box out there by Hayes.
Hayes brings it up, picks up his dribble, now gets it to Komnick. Komnick's going to dribble around his guy, pull up from the free throw line, left it short, airballed it out of bounds. Crimson basketball.
Yeah, Komnick tried that, another ball screen by Hayes and pull up from there, but got deflected or hit on the arm way off on the attempt by Komnick, out of bounds.
2-0 Railers, 6 minutes to go in the first.
A quick ticky-tack foul way out from about 30 feet as Miller picks up a foul.
That is his first, team first.
Burries with it, guarded by Komnick. Now Miller will come out on him. Hempville tried to feed it into McCombs, tapped out of there. Now Burries going to feed it down low to DeFreitas, up and good for DeFreitas.
Yeah, Burries got right in the middle of that defense and then kicked it to DeFreitas. It was a nice, easy little shot for DeFreitas, up and in.
Komnick left wing, now up top to Miller. Kicking in the corner to Horn. Horn's going to shoot a 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound McCombs for the Crimson.
Well, one thing the Railers just have not been able to consistently shoot the ball from the perimeter.
Feed it inside to DeFreitas. Up and no good. Rebound Smith for the Railers. Hayes will bring it up. Now hand off to Komnick. Komnick's going to dribble in the lane, and he's going to be bumped there by Jackson. That's his first, team first.
They've got 6'1" freshman Jackson guarding Komnick.
Miller 3, right wing. Off the rim, no good. Rebound McCombs. All the way up to Jackson. Now they'll try to feed it inside. Tapped away by Horn. Now here comes Komnick. Komnick's going to dribble in, now pull it out, feed Miller. Miller up and count the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, good job by Carson to push the basketball and get that thing below the free throw line and then see what happens. You know, all the defense kind of went to Komnick as he got below that free throw line on the transition, and then he found a cutting Miller who went right to the basket, took the contact, made the layup, and is going to go to the line for a 1. So just like already like the push by the Railers.
Free throw for Miller, up and rolls around and good for Miller. 5-2 Railers. Johnson checks in for the Crimson, and Jackson will have a seat. Burries over to McCombs. Now up top. Johnson with it. He'll back it out, reset the offense.
Yeah, they like to put Burries right at the free throw line and let him do some work there.
Combs got away with a little shove right there. 3 on the way. Airballed it. Horn hit off his hands, couldn't track it down, going to be out of bounds off the railings.
Yeah, and carving space is the big boy underneath. McCombs going after that offensive rebound, and Horn took some contact from him but couldn't hang on to the rebound. Tough to rebound that air ball by Jacksonville.
Crimson get it in. Now Burries with it. He's going to back it back out. Miller picks him up. Now over to Johnson. Johnson feeds it into DeFreitas. Now kick it out to McCombs for a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Johnson. Underneath feeds McCombs, trailing. He got it to go.
Yeah, another offensive rebound there by Johnson, and he did a good job of finding McCombs cutting to the basket. Railers got to get on the boards.
Smith at the elbow. Now feed it to Hayes. Up top to Horn. Horn's going to dribble right. Pull up jumper. Got it. Nice little jumper there by Horn, and the Railers up 7-4, 3:28 to go.
And again, use that ball screen by Hayes to get open, and a good pull-up jump shot, as you said, Scott. The Railers really using that to Hayes and making McCombs come out and guard Hayes.
Burry's going to dribble in, throw a running jumper up, and good. No, don't count the basket. Burries is going to be called for the offensive charge.
Yeah, good job by Horn of standing in there and taking the charge. I'm not sure the shot didn't get off first, but they said no shot, charge, and good job by Horn of staying strong there and taking it.
7-4 Railers. Horn feeds Hayes, left elbow. Now kick it in the corner. Komnick thought about a 3. Now Hayes going to dribble in. Up with the left. Couldn't get it to go. A little contact there. No call. And here come the Crimson. Bounce pass over to McCombs. Now all the way across to Williams for a 3. Off the rim. No good. And tracked down there by Komnick. Komnick's going to dribble in, pull up, jumper, in and out, no good. Had a good look, just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, another screen by Hayes, and they're not. McCombs is not coming out or not switching on that ball screen. So yeah, every Railer that's had that opportunity has gotten a good look. Komnick with a good pull up went down and out.
Burries going to dribble by Komnick, now back it out. Little trap in the corner and out of bounds. Railer basketball.
Looks like Sanders will check in now for Smith. So the Railers going big here with. No, it looks like he's going to check in for Hayes. Sanders for Hayes to give him a break.
7-4 Railers. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Komnick stepped out of bounds. Oh, he got pushed.
Yeah, he did get pushed. I thought he stepped on the line first, but he definitely got pushed. And 4 team fouls now already on Jacksonville with a minute 53 left here in this first quarter.
Komnick to inbound to Miller. Now Komnick, 3 on the way. Got it. Komnick with the Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer, and the Railers up 6 with 1:44 to go.
Simple out of bounds play, and they ran it, and good screen there by Sanders. Komnick able to get the 3 to go down.
Williams going to dribble in, kick it out. Now a little running jumper, no good. Miller with the rebound. Hand off to Smith, now up top to Horn. Smith's going to dribble in, up with the right, couldn't get it to go. McCombs with the rebound.
We've missed several of those already, Scott. Hayes with 1, and now Smith with 1. Drives to the basket that are good.
Burries for a 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Smith for the rebound.
Well, you can put another 4 points up on this, and it looks 14-4 instead of 10-4 with some drives by the Railers.
Komnick's going to dribble in. Nothing there. Feeds Horn. And Horn's going to be called for the travel. Turnover Railers. Short's going to check in for Miller. 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. Raiders up by 6.
Comnick picked it off as that safety in football went all the way. So defense to offense for the Railers, which has been good here.
Burries guarded by Short. Now over to no good. Sanders with the rebound. Throws up a 3-quarter. Way too strong. And at the end of the first, it's the Lincoln Railers 12, the Crimson 4. We'll take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have second quarter action here on WLCN 96.3.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
WLCN's Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by
Emo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Located at 616 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, phone 217-605-0171. Emo's Cafe, Lincoln's family restaurant.
Railer basketball starts the second quarter. Up 12-4. Comnick to Miller. Now Comnick 3 on the way, airballed it, and tracked down there by Burries for the Crimson.
Yeah, Jacksonville went 1-3-1 zone there, and Railers got a good shot. Comnick way off on the 3, but with Hayes up there at the top, able to see over the top of this zone. If the Railers can knock down some shots, it won't be in it long.
3 on the way from Johnson's no good. Sanders rips down the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Comnick battling underneath there too, and he tapped it away, and then Sanders able to pick it up.
Horn now to Miller, work it up to Hayes. Hayes gonna dribble, kick it over to Comnick. 3 left wing off the back of the rim, no good. Sanders there for the rebound. Reverse layup up and good for Frank.
Yeah, another open 3. Comnick doesn't get it to go, but Sanders under there for the offensive rebound. Big one there for Frank.
Raiders up 14-4. Crimson with the basketball. Kick it out to McCombs. McCombs bounce pass to Johnson. Pull up jumper, no good. Miller with the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Brady. He's been doing a great job rebounding from that guard position.
Kick it over to Horn. Now Miller. Miller deep 3 right wing off the rim, no good. 5-4 underneath, and DeFreitas grabs the rebound. Johnson up, no good. Railers with the basketball, up 10.
Hayes strong drive on the baseline there and went up, and McCombs with the foul. So Hayes will go to the free throw line. The Railers with their big lineup in right now with Hayes and Sanders on the court. Horn and Comnick at the guard and Miller at the top. First free throw up and good for Hayes. And free throw line for Lincoln, Drew Hayes, the second of 2. Drew missed the second one. 1 of 2 from the line for Hayes. Railers up 15-4. 5:50 left here in the second quarter.
Rebound, Comnick kick it over to Hayes. Hayes pushes right. Berries is on the ground, or limping back. Frank with the putback. And Berries it's something to his ankle.
Yeah, he's limping off. They're going to call time to get him off the court, but a nice look there by Miller as he found Sanders underneath the basket for an easy put in, and give Sanders here 4 in this second quarter. Smith checks in for Horn. So for the Railers, you've got Miller, Comnick, Smith, Sanders, and Hayes. Burries will go to the training room to see what happened with him.
Crimson get it in. Out of bounds off the Railers. Going to stay with Crimson. Hayes steals it away, now regains it, kicks it up to Smith. Smith to Miller. Miller off of Johnson, going to stay with the Railers.
Yeah, again, though, the Railers trying to turn defense into offense. Got some an advantage on the other end, just got tipped out of bounds by Jacksonville.
Fired into Miller, now back to Comnick. 3, left corner off the back of the rim, no good. Sanders tipped it around, couldn't get it. Now pass up to Johnson, up and good for Johnson. Railers up 17-6. 4:45 to go in the first half. Miller over to Comnick. Comnick 3, left wing, off the rim, no good. Hayes for the rebound, over the back on Johnson. Raiders with the basketball. Comnick pulls up from the free throw line. Too strong, no good. Rebound comes down to Hempfield. Stolen away. Miller, kick it over to Hayes. Up with the right. Contact, count the bucket and the foul.
He ran into a brick wall too, and McCombs was there trying to stop that drive, but Hayes took a huge hit and still able to get it up on the backboard, and he did. Hayes with the big layup, and now we'll go to the free throw line. Even more important, McCombs, that's his second foul. And it looks like Coach Cameron will keep McCombs in there with 2 fouls. Hayes free throw off now for the Railers. Railers up 19-6 here. 4:15 left in this second quarter.
Crimson working it around. Johnson feeds DeFreitas. Now back to Johnson. Johnson to DeFreitas. Now in the corner to Hempfield. Hempfield is going to pull up for a jumper. No good. Foul on the Railers.
Yeah, foul on Hayes as he was body checking on the drive, it sounds like. Burry's getting ready to check back in, so he's all right.